Alright, so we've tested this Onkyo Integra out for a little while. And we're going to pull it out of here. I'm going to compare some other stuff. It gets really hot. So there's a lot of that. But boy, it's cooking. So we'll go ahead and shut that thing off. Make sure the CD player's paused. It's got some scratches in it. It looks okay. It's a good garage radio. Really shouldn't have probably bought it. It's like, well, you know, I could take it back and buy something else at the thrift store. Now, I would have no problem buying these kind of things if I could actually resell them, but nobody ever buys them. I mean, I've got at least 5 or 6 different ones. Got some Technics. I got some Sonys. I got some Yamahas. There's a Sherwood somewhere. There's CD players. And so the last time I actually sold something, I sold some speakers. I just gave away a couple of different things. It's like, man, you know. It used to be really easy to get rid of these when I lived in Washington. They were also a lot more expensive at the Goodwills for some reason. Almost anything like this was $59. It was always $59. It was crazy. And I guess people were buying them. I remember waiting for this one stereo to go to a dollar tag. It had been sitting there for a month. Nobody bought it. And I went to the store right when they were going to first open. There was a line in front of the store. I guess they do that here too, on the $2 tag days. Even though this store there's never anything, but they had changed the price tag the night before, apparently, before they opened the store, to go in there, and I think I'm going to go buy this Onkyo for $2. Or back then it was $1. And they just changed the color of the tag and put the same damn price on it. It was like $59. I was like, what? And so they do stuff like that. They still do stuff like that. But here, you can get pretty good prices on these things. I mean, like this was $14, and then they had a 50% off sale. I had to put a knob on it, but whatever. You know, CD changer, $12. You know, I mean. This one here was $20. What was this one? $14. And then I think the other one down there was $29. Actually, I want to take that back. That Yamaha was $59. Yeah. It was $59, and it has a remote and a manual, and that's why I paid $59 for it. But unfortunately, I've never been impressed with it. It's too bad. Anyway, the Sony sounds good though. So, and then I found like that one. But anyway, we're gonna swap this out. I've gotten used to being able to get these for cheap to where I feel guilty about buying them. I love buying stereos and listening to them, but what do you do with them? You're supposed to be able to sell them. If you don't, you're supposed to try them out, make sure they work, sell them, let somebody else use them. But nobody buys them. I don't know. Maybe it's just my area. Another thing I need to do before I pull this out of here, I need to check all channel stereo. I need to check all the channels, make sure we got some music. All right, we did test it, and it does work. Yeah, I never understood why would you put that plug on there and then don't put a ground on it. Caution, speaker impedance 6.2, 16 ohms. It'd be nice if it was a little lower, like 2 or 4. So we can see this thing's all funkied up. So somebody treated this thing bad. Anyway, we're going to put it back on the shelf over here and pull one of these other ones out and play with some other ones. Okay, so I wanted to open this one up just to see. This is also really cool. You have the preamp jumpers here, these things. Yeah, these are pretty cool. I want to go back in. There we go. So you can hook up a really nice equalizer to this thing, and that's what really bums me out about this. There's no EQ. Also, if you just want to use the pre, you can use the pre, or you can hook a preamp to this directly to there and bypass everything else. So let's see. This is made in Japan. That's cool. Rated at 335 watts or 350 watts. It's only rated at 8 ohms, so it says. It is kind of an early home theater. It is. Well, you have a A and B and then surround. There's going to be some big chunky old amps in here. So let's get the cover off of this. So this is why these have a bad reputation. Because they're using this big, huge, massive frickin' thing here. And they just don't have enough cooling. They really don't. There's a bug on the damn thing. It's actually not too dirty in here. This is going to be your other power module. And that's not good right there. See that? That's cooked. We see some signs of cooking right there too. Let's see. But it still works, so I don't know. These things sound really good, but you just cannot trust them. So what I think I might do with this one is just kind of check it out and clean it and put it up for sale. Or maybe I could just run it. I don't think anybody's going to give me any kind of money for this thing. I could just run it until it pops. If you really wanted this to last, you'd take that fan and you'd change the fan on this thing, and you would have it to where it runs all the time, and you would probably have no problem with this thing. It's just optimistic at best. See any other cooked stuff? I don't know. So it's supposed to be 130 watts per channel. It's quite a bit. I don't know. You know, see, most of these things, it's just really sad to see them go into the dumpster. I mean, just like transformer and all the copper and the caps and all that. I don't know. I guess I'm just a cheap bastard. And looks like there's a lot of empty space right here. This is soldered into the board. But they always talk crap about these particular amps, and they always sound really good to me, man. I mean, the only thing about them is they put out a ton of heat, and if the fan fails, you will burn that thing up probably. I don't know. I don't know why they made them like this. Transformer is pretty heavy. But other than that, I mean, like, there's nothing really obstructing this thing from cooling. So that's good. You can see the power stage. I don't know why this thing is freaking cooked here, though. Something to do with something. Well, you see these regulators right here, they're made a lot of freaking heat, too. It's interesting, there's two over here, but only one over there. Interesting. You got even labeled base collector emitter and base collector emitter. Q701 and Q710 and Q708. And module BC power module. And what's this other one? BC power module SVI 3101. Interesting. These are not like the ones that I'm used to seeing. If you look here, you see there's a fingerprint right here. I don't think that thing came from the factory. This thing's making me sneeze now. I don't think it came from the factory like that. So, you see there's no fingerprints on that one. So, but I'd have to flip it over on the bottom, but it doesn't look like it's been removed. I don't know. How would you get all that crap on there? I don't know. But these are not worth fixing. And I paid $10 for this. The price was 50% off. I decided to buy it because I've never tried one of these. So it does sound really good. But it does get hot. And having it in here probably isn't the best. That Onkyo got really hot too. So I don't know. I'm gonna hook something else up though. I know what this sounds like. It sounds really good. So I want to try some of these other ones. And I'm gonna leave this out, and then tomorrow we'll clean it up. I can't run the compressor at 1:30 in the morning, so we'll clean it out and just give it a little once over, wipe it down, post it up on OfferUp, Craigslist, and I'm just gonna sell it. I don't know what the hell I'm gonna do with it otherwise. I mean, I don't know. It's hard to say. I mean, like, to think it would fail, suddenly seems unlikely. But the reason it would fail probably is because I'm going to use it, and I'm going to use it hard. And I don't think these things are bulletproof. And I don't really generally like keeping stuff that's not bulletproof, But I have never, ever cooked a stereo. I've only bought ones that were broken. So I've never actually had one fail on me. I mean, I don't know. So we'll have to see. So this thing is beyond stupid heavy. Let's say it's probably about 40 pounds. It's about the weight of an SB220 amplifier. Something like that. So, a ton of optical inputs. I'd love to get one of these XM things. You had digital coaxial inputs, RS-232. And then you have 2 HDMIs. I generally don't like to feed HDMI into anything like this. So game systems, I do like to have the sound go through something fancy, but it's been a while since I've set anything up like that. But look at all this. This is just like nuts. You get your preamp outs, remotes. A and B speakers, which is nice, so you can do bi-amp wiring if you wanted to, I think. There is no impedance switch on this one, which some of them do have. It presents a zone 2 and 3 center. So we got A and B, surround, or zone 2 and 3. So 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So this is 7.1. I think it'll go more than that. But I just really wasn't super impressed with this thing when I had it hooked up. So this is front, 6-channel plus subwoofer. Oh, a 6-channel slash surround back 8-channel. So you got front, surround, subwoofer, and center. And that's a multi-channel input. Interesting. But it's 2, 4, 6. Where's this 8? I don't know where they're coming up with this 8. This is a whole another 2 channels. We got output zone 2, zone 3. I mean, you can do a lot of stuff with these. These were like a nightmare, really. They're just too complicated. Audio in. So you do have phono. That's what's nice about these really high-end ones. They all have phono, which is something you don't get on the cheaper ones. Phono, CD, CDR, in and out, MD and tape. So you get extra inputs that you're not normally going to have. You need a pre-out. So you get front, right, and left, surround, right and left, subwoofer, center, and then at the back here we have surround back slash presence, and then like it could be either single. So 2, 4, 6, 8. So you have basically 8, but it's actually 7.1 because they always call the subwoofer 0.1. One thing I never see is a powered subwoofer output on any stereo, really. They all want you to have an active subwoofer or run like what I do. I run my speakers into this one here, which powers these 2 subs. And we're going to do that because I've never run this one like that. So we'll hook it up and see if it makes an improvement. But this thing lacks bass. It's got tons of power, but it doesn't have the bass I like. Again, they do the same thing. This is the cord that went with it, but no ground. Why would you put that on there and then no ground? Don't you want to ground your equipment? Alright, so yeah, I remember here now. So it was $54.49. And I got 20% off of that, so I guess it would be like $10 off. Something like that. Anyway, not quite that much. Still got all the nice little pad on the feet here. You drag that across wood too many times though, and you rip the crap off. So you see it's all chunked up there. Let's get this on the shelf. So now some dumbass left a label on this thing and decided to take it off later. Here's another label here. You know, God knows what it said on there. So this thing's kind of bleached out. I think it's mostly supposed to be black. The knob's all metals. But anyway, it's a big, heavy thing. It actually sounds pretty good. It's really, really clear. I hear lots of details. I'm listening to the Metallica Black album, and I don't remember it quite sounding like that. So I want to kick back and jam out for a little bit. And I wish I could share it with you guys, but it is what it is. So anyway, underneath the lid here, we got this. Bunch of other stuff. I just got it on 2-channel stereo. So let's close it up. I'll catch you guys later.